Tuesday, May 24th, and early voting begins on May 2nd. I thank you for your vote. This ad was paid for by the candidate.
WIFO 105.5 FM Jessup, Big Dog Country.
Are you thinking of buying or selling your home? This is Kelly Lamb with Parker Insurance and Realty, your local source for all of your real estate needs. With this being one of the most important decisions you'll make in your lifetime, I would like to use my expertise to personally assist you through this process. At Parker Insurance and Realty, we offer a full range of real estate services, as well as any insurance you may need. Give me a call or stop by and let me answer any questions you have on selling your home or purchasing your new home. Call Kelly at Parker Insurance and Realty, 427-9345. That's 427-9345.
This is Sammy Dixon at the all-new Mike Butch Ford in Blackshear. If you haven't had a chance to come see our new state-of-the-art showroom, then there's no better time than right now. While you're here, take advantage of huge savings on new Ford trucks. Get more than $10,000 off from select new F-150s while they last. You must hurry. They're going fast. Over $10,000 off on the best-selling truck in America for 39 straight years. You can also take advantage of money-saving, low interest rates on new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Our new bigger showroom means more inventory, and that means bigger savings for you. Come to the house at Good Serviceville and buy from Mike Butch Ford, and we'll give you 5 free oil changes following 36,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty.
If you're looking for an incredible deal on a new or pre-owned vehicle from the dealer who has always put you first, stop the search. Call the all-new Mike Butch Ford in Blackshear.
This is Sammy Dixon saying thank you. Thank you very much for your business.
Are you thinking of selling your home or business? Hi, I'm Gloria, and as a realtor, I know that getting rid of the clutter in your home is one of the best ways to help sell your house quickly. At Jessup Premium Storage, our family-owned company provides a convenient and secure building for all of your storage needs. We now offer outdoor covered parking for that antique car, boat, or RV. Due to our recent expansion, we offer units that range in size from as small as a bedroom closet to as big as a one-car garage. All of our units are inside and climate controlled with 24-hour access and security. Our leases run month to month, so you're not locked into a long-term commitment, giving you the flexibility to move your belongings out the minute you purchase your new home. Stop by today or give us a call, 530-8003. That's 530-8003. Jessup Premium Storage.
They're cool, clean, and secure.
All right, 6 minutes after 8 o'clock, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup. And it's now time for the world-famous Butch Bob Show. But first of all, it's going to be sunny today with a high today near 84. The autumn harbor level is at 10.4 feet in Folly. WIFO FM Jessup. It's now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Parker Insurance and Realty on Macon Street in downtown Jessup. Jessup Premium Stores located out on the Waycross Highway, and by Mike Butch Ford in Blackshear. And Bob, we got some very special guests in here this morning.
Yep. Alvin Leapart and Beverly Leapart in the studios with us. As we've been telling you, they've been elected as delegates for the Hillary Clinton for the 1st Congressional District. Again, the election took place this past Saturday at Pettit Union Baptist Church, and so they're headed to Philadelphia on July 25th to 28th to attend the Democratic National Convention. So appreciate them being here. Who wants to go first? Alvin, how did this come about? I mean, tell us about the election on Saturday. Who all was on the ballot? I said, tell us about the election first on Saturday. Who was on the ballot? How many people ran for? I mean, how were you selected as delegates for this Democratic convention?
Well, we were had to get nominated, and there was.
You have to get closer to the microphone.
I'll get it closer to it.
There were
7.
1, 2, 3, 4. There were about 1, 2, 3,
9
4, 5, 6, 9 candidates. Jimmy Burke from Waycross, Dewana Garrett from Savannah, Audrey Gibbons from Brunswick, Joseph Innes from Hinesville, me from Jessup, Beverly from Jessup, Brian Reach from Savannah, and Felicia Thomas from Savannah, and Gwendolyn Waring from Savannah.
Were you all the only 2 elected? Were there more than 2 to go? Or
no, there were 4 elected.
4 were elected. 4 of the 9 get elected.
Right.
How do you campaign for this? I mean, how long was the campaign? I mean, do you have to campaign to be a delegate? Or
who do you campaign to?
Yeah.
How does this work?
We telephone calls and contacting your friends, and
We mailed letters. We put it on Facebook.
Fellow Democrats or ones you know they're going to be at these meetings? I mean, who are you campaigning to?
Anybody that you think will come vote for you.
Okay. All right.
It's a commitment because it starts at 9 o'clock in the morning, but the doors close at 11:59. Once the doors are locked, no one gets in. are out. So you have to sit there for 2 or 3 hours, listen. We all had to make a 2-minute speech. Then the votes are hand counted. And if you leave and there's a runoff, you can't come back and vote.
Okay.
So it's
You're there for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So y'all already been at Union Baptist Church for a long time, which is good, advantageous for y'all, being the fact that it was held here in Jessup.
Correct. It was.
So you should get a 2-minute speech to give your sales pitch. Is that correct?
That's it.
So what was your?
Why I want to go.
I think I mainly talked about my the experience in politics, the fact that I started when I was 20 years old, campaigning for people, holding up signs. One of my earliest memories is holding up signs for Nig Warren when he ran for sheriff in Jessup, Georgia.
Quite a while ago. Yeah.
And of course, we've met the Clintons. I've been to 3 inaugurations and 1 convention. And Alvin can tell you about his background. He's actually been around politics since he was 3 years old.
Okay. Tell us about your experience with politics.
My grandfather was Ben Gibbs, and he was the Solicitor General, same thing DA is now. And he was elected to Congress in 1939. His grandmother.
Hey, can you move forward just a little bit there?
Grandmother took me to Washington with her, and grandfather died, had a stroke and died when he was in first term in Congress, and grandmother ran and was reelected. She's the first elected congresswoman from Georgia. And she took me with her. And I have a picture sitting on her desk in the House of Representatives in Washington when I was 3 years old.
Amazing. So you have been involved with it a long time.
Right, and I've been hauling voters. I hauled voters for my father and my Uncle Warner and hand out leaflets when they were in. And I was involved in Lindsey Thomas's campaign, Bill Stuckey's, and a number of them. Yeah, I was Lyndon Johnson's local campaign manager when he ran for president.
Oh wow, man! You're talking about way back in the '60s
now. I was involved in the Clinton campaign and both of them. And
now y'all have been diehard Democrats for all these years, for as long as I've known you, and of course, as y'all talking about all the way back. Of course, back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, this area, and even when I moved back here in 1992, if you won the Democratic primary, you basically won the election. Because either A, you didn't have opposition from a Republican in November, or if there was, the Republican got trounced by the Democrat. It's just the way it was back then. But since the early 90s till now, things have changed. Why do you think that has changed here in the South? When from just being diehard Democrat to where it's more, I don't know if it's more even, but you don't know who's going to win these days.
I think one of the reasons is a lot of the Democrats have lost sight of really who they are and where they came from. That most of our families struggled up through the Reconstruction period, and then it finally took a breather, and the Depression hit, and the only way that they survived, so many of them, was jobs that they had making a few bucks off of some little governmental job that was the Democrats handed out. And then Franklin Roosevelt got everybody sort of back pointed in the right direction, and it wasn't until 1950 that we really got out of the Depression. Up until Rainier came here, these guys were making $35 a week pumping gas and supporting a family of 3 or 4. And then when Rainier came and the unions came, those same people were making $100, $200 a week in the early 50s. And they've forgotten all that.
Okay. So you're saying that a lot of you saw that a lot back in the 90s and early 2000s where you had a lot of folks run as Democrats, change over to Republicans, because a lot of folks thought maybe the national Democratic Party was putting so much pressure on the local Democratic parties to be quote unquote liberals. Do you think that has been a problem?
No, I think the Democrats have always tended to be liberal anyway. I mean, because we were all sort of in there together. And I just think, I told somebody one time, I said, every time a Democrat can juggle his financial statement around where it looks like it's worth over $1 million, he runs down and joins the Republican Party.
Well, yeah, it's just interesting to see because you do have those swings and ebbs. You know, for someone who's been involved in politics as long as you have, Alvin, were things as divided between everyone, and they may have been, and we just don't remember because you always look through things through rose-colored glasses. Were they as divided politically back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s they are now? Did you have that diehard liberal, that diehard conservative, this one-issue person on each side, whatever the case may be?
Well, back then you just fought it out in the Democratic primary. You had people really thought one way and people really thought the other way, and they fought it out.
Mm-hmm.
And, we've always had I think, two trains of thought: liberal and conservative. I'm more, the moderates really ran this country for years. And Arlen Specter wrote a novel, Life with the Cannibals, which is a real interesting book about how the moderates really ran. There was a lot of compromise. And now there's no compromise. You can't run a government unless you're willing to give and take a little bit. And we got to get back to that.
It seemed like that during the Clinton administration, that Clinton and Newt Gingrich seemed to compromise on a lot of things, and a lot of things did get accomplished, even though during most of Clinton's term he did have a Republican House. Is that the way you saw how so much got accomplished back then?
I think the Clinton governor, Bill Clinton, did. He compromised. He played both sides of the aisle, and the idea of getting a little bit today and a little more tomorrow is the theory behind that, behind compromise.
Do you think it's the radicals on each side of each party, and now that they have access to social media, 24-hour cable and all that, that causes all this friction, unlike it used to be in the older days where you had people kind of work behind scenes to get things done, even though they most might not get what they want?
I think if you put the things on a circle, at 3 o'clock, there's the liberals. At 9, there's the conservatives. At the bottom, there are the moderates. At 6, at 12 o'clock, you got the radicals on both sides, and you really can't tell. You shake them up and throw them out on the table, you couldn't tell the difference.
Jeez. Now, Beverly, we're talking out front about the process of you and Alvin going up to Philadelphia to be part of this, the delegates for Clinton. I understand that this is all on y'all's dime, too. Y'all got to pay your up there and all your expenses, right? And so you're all ready to do that, but to take care of all those expenses and do that, that's quite a commitment right there to be a delegate for a candidate.
Well, when you sign up to run, you sign papers stating that you're willing to do that. So that is established ahead of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you've been to one other convention, and you went to Denver to that convention. Do you think this is going to be kind of the same? Anything, the rules that you've seen or regulations that come down from the party that seems to be different than it was when you went to Denver?
No, I think it basically will be the same. For me, it will be a different experience, though, because when I went 8 years ago, Hillary Clinton did not get the nomination. And, of course, this time we're anticipating that she will be the nominee. So it will be a little different experience.
Mm-hmm. And tell us about your daily schedule. Once you get to Philadelphia and become a delegate, what is your daily schedule?
Well, it starts at 7 o'clock in the morning, and we will all be at the same hotel. We're staying at the Sheraton at the airport in Philadelphia.
When you say we, you mean the Georgia
The
delegate?
Georgia delegation. Mm-hmm. And usually 3 or 4 states will stay at one hotel.
Okay.
It starts at 7 in the morning with breakfast, and at that time, you're given your schedule for the day and also your credential, and you're given a new credential each day. If you lose that credential, you can't get in any event for that day. It cannot be replaced. And you don't get in any event without it. So usually you get dressed and head over to the convention center in the afternoon around 2 o'clock, and until 9 o'clock at night, you will listen to speeches.
So just one speech after another speech after another speech after another speech.
Yeah, I have a copy here. It shows how many different people speak in one day. And I mean, it's like...
Is it becoming into a TV show now, or what? Is it? I don't know if it's different. It used to be years ago. Has it always been like this? You don't know. Huh?
I don't know, because I only hear...
I mean, why do you need that many speeches over so many days, you know? But that's one of the reasons why...
Well, if you think about it, Barack Obama spoke when Kerry ran.
Right.
Basically, no one had ever heard of him until then.
That
and that was sort of his introduction to America. And I think that's it. A lot of these people speak with the idea that they are upcoming and rising potential candidates for a Senate or even president.
Now, you've been a Hillary Clinton supporter for a long time. This is your second time going as her delegate. Why do you feel that Hillary would make a good president?
Well, I think she's by far the most qualified of any candidate running now, and I know a lot of people disagree with me on that, but she's been a first lady. Actually, she started back in college. She has been an advocate for children, for education, and I read one of her speeches from college. She talked about what we needed to do to educate children, how we could help children from low-income families. So she's been an advocate for that all of her life. She, of course, was First Lady of Arkansas, First Lady of the United States. She's been Secretary of State. She's been a senator. She has connections all over the world. I think she can do more for this country as far as bringing us together with other countries.
Do you think that her decisions with the Benghazi situation will hurt her in any type of way?
I think it will hurt her with the people who didn't like her to start with.
Okay, so not the decisions themselves, just people who didn't like her.
I think it's the same as the email. You know, people that don't like Hillary, that do not want her to be president, are still looking for some way to knock her down.
Okay.
Pretty surprised that Bernie's given her this much of a fight. You know, like I said, it is a foregone conclusion she's going to be the nominee, but they say even today in New York it's going to be a lot closer than people would anticipate. Are you surprised that Bernie Sanders has given her this much competition? Being big Hillary Clinton supporters, I mean, like I said, it was a foregone conclusion she was going to be the nominee from the get-go, but all of a sudden Bernie Sanders has come out of nowhere.
As Alvin said, it's the radicals that are supporting Sanders. And so many of them, I feel like, do not understand that many of the things he's promising people can't be implemented.
Economically impossible.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you know, granted, the minimum wage needs to be raised. But can we raise it from $7.25 an hour to $15 an hour? I mean, what would that do to small businesses? Can we pay for college tuition for everybody in America? I mean, how are we going to do that? So I think the people that are supporting Bernie Sanders in a lot of ways have not looked at the overall picture and do not realize that this can't be done. And I think those people that he's appealing to don't understand that.
y'all have been big Clinton supporters, but y'all see the polls where, they say her trustworthiness is not real high. A lot of people, they see the email scandals. They want to know why she's not indicted when Petraeus got in trouble. They just feel like she gets a pass with her being, Obama's Secretary of State. So how do y'all feel and defend that when you see that her approval rating, she's not to be trusted? I mean, you see it all the time. When they say trustworthiness, it's like 10%. They don't trust her.
I trust her to look out for the welfare of the United States and do the right things for the benefit of the people of this country. I think some of this stuff that just like the email deal, all of that is just a concentration of things that people who don't like her to start with and are not going to like her regardless, who have someone else in mind they're trying to shoot her down with. I think Hillary Clinton, based on my association with her, is a very honorable person.
Now, I know that you keep.
Go ahead. Various reports state that the FBI still has the investigation underway, and there is a possibility she could get indicted.
I don't think.
But if she was to be indicted, would your opinion change at all?
No. You're innocent in this country to be proven guilty, supposedly. But
do you think that would derail?
Which is the way it should be.
I mean, most people think if she gets indicted, she can't run for the nomination. Would you think that would derail the campaign?
I don't think so. I would hope not. But it's not going to change my opinion.
I know, but I'm just saying, if she gets indicted, do you think she can actually run for the Democratic nomination if she's under indictment by the FBI?
Well, if's a lot of things. If is the biggest word in English language.
I say I'm not saying it's a bunch of Kenny Husband. Don't have Merry Christmas. But I'm just saying, when you see all this, do you think it's just a lot of smoke, or do you think there's something to it?
I think it's a lot of smoke. I don't think anything will come of it. And if you listen, if you look at what other people are saying, and actually what I think the FBI said, same thing.
Right. And with the Benghazi situation, I know you keep up with all the events going on there, Alvin. What do you see that went on there that so many people are upset with her about, and you feel that she did no wrong?
I think she did. She made, based on what I know, that she made the best decisions under the circumstances. I mean, I don't see where she did anything wrong. We've had, being an ambassador in these small countries is a highly dangerous thing to start with. And we've had, these are not the only ambassadors that we have had in the history of our nation that have been killed on the job by mobs and renegades and revolutionaries. This goes with the territory. Sort of like a same way where you put a bunch of soldiers in the combat zone and somebody turns left rather than right and somebody gets killed in the heat of the moment. You don't court-martial everybody there.
Okay.
Did you see
the same thing?
Did you see the movie about Benghazi? Did you see the movie about Benghazi? The one that you need to see that movie.
Well, a movie is a movie.
Well, it's based on a true story, though. I mean, it's the soldiers.
Well, a lot of times based on true stories. A lot of lawsuits are based on true stories.
Well, the thing about it is you got all these candidates out there, and you've got folks that are against them on all sides. And so, a person has to pick a candidate and go with them and stick with them, it looks like, because no one's been perfect in the entire life. Now, I know, and also I want to talk to you about now we've got you about the other side, the Trump situation. How do you think someone like Donald Trump, who has never had any political experience except for giving money to candidates, runs for office? And I really think in the back of his mind that he thought that he wasn't going to do as well as he did, but suddenly, boom, he goes off and makes these remarks that really touch the nerve of a lot of folks out there, and suddenly, boom, he's in first place. How do you see the Donald Trump phenomenon?
Well, I'm like a lot of people. I thought he put his foot in his mouth every time you opened it, and
Well, we all know that.
but
it doesn't seem to affect the supporters out there.
Well,
You think people are just
look at the percentage. Look at the percentage. When you look at the total percentage of people out there, they're a lot less than they're less than 50%. So I don't look at him. You got some people who's gonna vote for him. I mean, you got that element that supports him, and what's so funny is you look at him where he lives and his wife and his children and how they're dressed, and then you look at some of these people that's running around here and supporting him. You show up at they show up at Trump's house, they wouldn't get in the front door or the back.
Well, just the way I think a lot of folks look at the fact that he's saying a lot of things that people think, and that would like. It's like we're tired of the status quo. We want something new and fresh, and that is saying what's on a lot of folks' minds, and that's the kind of way that I look at it, is that he's that fresh new candidate out there that a lot of folks are excited about.
He's trying to say, let's make America great again. Well, we are the greatest nation in the world. If you've ever, I've been to a bunch of foreign countries and seen the way these people live. I've been to Europe, I've been to Asia, I've been to South America, and especially in South America, you go down and see how those people live, and we live in the greatest country in the world, and people get up and say things around here that if you said it in some of these European countries, you'd either be shot or put in jail.
Okay.
I know you're all diehard Democrats, but how do you see that, when you watch the Republican situation, they're talking about, Trump saying it's rigged, and, there's a lot of diehard Republicans just fearful that if Trump gets the nomination, it'll be a landslide for Hillary. When you see that poll, when you see the matchups, Hillary wins in all polls against Donald Trump. So, when you ask Democrats, diehard Democrats, who they want to see on that ticket, they want Trump on that ticket against Hillary because they think it'll be one of those Mondale situations. But that's why the Republicans are in a frantic, and that's why Cruz continues to go out. They say no telling what's going to happen in Cleveland when they get to the.
Well, I think the Republican Party is in total disarray, and I'm hoping that. I'm hoping we can nominate Hillary and we can take advantage of the disarray of the Republican Party, and she will be the next president of the United States.
One thing I said consistently, and I'm still looking forward to it, if Hillary gets the nomination and Trump gets the nomination, the Trump-Hillary debates are going to be must-see TV. And the ratings are going to be better than any Super Bowl that's ever been played. You agree with that?
Yeah.
That's going to be must-see TV if that's the debate.
Well, Hillary's a pretty tough old gal, and because she graduated from Yale Law School and had a very successful law practice before she was ever even the First Lady of Arkansas. And she can handle herself with Trump.
It'll be fun watching those debates, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Before we leave, Butch, I would like to thank, number one, Boot and Terry Thomas are the couple who really got this convention, this delegation process set up at Bennett Union Baptist Church. When we were asked about having it in Jessup, they had to find that location and got it approved by their church members. Also, our local party supported Alvin and I, the Swingles, Kimberly Copeland, the Larsons. We had a group of people that really worked hard for us. Bill Beasley, to get people to come vote. We were very fortunate in that we had people from Camden County, Waycross, Homerville, Brunswick that came and supported us. And when you think about that, there were 250 people here. And
I just think it's amazing if you take the entire 1st Congressional District.
yeah,
There's
17
only 4 folks going from the 1st Congressional, and 2 of them are y'all 2 right here from good old Jessup, Georgia, and Wayne County, Georgia. Just congratulations to y'all. I think that's a great statement for our county.
Well, thank you, and I think we really have a lot of people to thank.
Will they give you time to tour, or is it scheduled out where you don't have much free time?
We plan to go in a day or 2 early. And
But once you get there, you're there, so.
you're there. Yeah,
Okay.
and you don't have much free time.
Pretty city, lot
But
of
there's a
city.
lot of fun activities too. Willie Nelson did a concert when we were in Denver, so I don't know who will be doing concerts, but there are concerts and there are parties and really nice events to attend. So it's not all work, but it's long days.
Well, again, congrats and have fun in Philadelphia. Appreciate you coming in.
We'll be talking
always
to
good
you
to see
from
you.
Philadelphia.
Well, thanks for coming here. We'd love to hear from you while you're up there. We'll put you on the phone during the Butch and Bob show and say how it's going and all that kind of good stuff. So we just wish y'all a safe trip, and we really thank y'all getting up this early and coming in this morning and sharing y'all's experiences and your opinions with us this morning on the Butch and Bob show.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup, world famous Butch and Bob show, brought to you by Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear, by Jessup Premium Stores located on the Waycross Highway, and by Parker Insurance.